Hey Disney fans, what do you think of the ears? My mini ears? Actually, these are Ariel inspired ears. I actually leave for Disney World tomorrow for a week, so I'm really super excited to head down there and to the most magical place on earth and immerse myself in Disney and maybe do a little research, because you know that one cookbook has recipes inspired from around the park, so I might have to taste test some things that are still actually out there, so when I make them, to see how they turn out. Anyway, today's video is about from the Disney Villains, and it is Yzma's roasted broccoli with Parmesan. So Yzma is the villain from The Emperor's New Groove, in case you were wondering. And this is actually something that I have made a lot through the years, personally. I do this with a lot of vegetables. It's basically taking broccoli, putting it with some olive oil and some seasoning, and you roast it at a high temperature in the oven. This one calls for 450, which is usually what I roast mine at. And then when you take it out, you can eat it as is, or in this recipe, you actually add some Parmesan and something else to kind of toss it and give it a flavor. Anyway, I made it a couple days ago. I have a couple videos of me putting it together.
So here I'm taking a prepared bag of broccoli, and usually what I do is I just cut the bottoms off a little bit and break it up into smaller pieces to get it ready for the sheet. Now I'm adding the olive oil. Here I'm mixing the olive oil around to make sure all the broccoli is nice and coated. Next, sprinkling some salt on the broccoli. Now the broccoli is out of the oven, I'm adding some lemon juice and some of the grated cheese, which I will then mix together and eat.
All right, there you have it. And this is actually one of my favorite ways to prepare vegetables in general. I love to take olive oil and toss vegetables in it. You know, besides broccoli, I've done asparagus, green beans, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. This is awesome to do with Brussels sprouts. Just a lot of different vegetables, and I absolutely love just tossing them in some olive oil with some salt, maybe some pepper and some other spices. Sometimes I'll use like garlic powder or garlic salt, and then just roasting it at a high temperature. I've actually found, instead of regular salt, if you get that pink Himalayan sea salt, that works really well too. That's not what this recipe calls for, but I've used it myself and can recommend it highly. So that being said, let's get into the ratings and reviews. On a scale of 1 to 5, on the ingredients on this recipe, are they easy, simple, inexpensive to find ingredients, or are they a 5 where they're harder, more expensive, or costly ingredients? It's a 1. It's just broccoli and some basic seasonings that you probably have in your pantry, so no big deal there. Difficulty level on a scale of 1 to 5, again with 1 being easy and 5 being super hard. This is definitely a 1 as well. Really simple, easy. The most time consuming thing is chopping the broccoli. And you can even do what I did. I buy the pre-cut and washed broccoli in those bags a lot of times, and I'll just maybe trim off the edges is what I did, or break them into smaller pieces using my hands or something, just to kind of, you know, get them ready to go. And then final recommendation, would I make this again, with a 1 being absolutely not, 0% chance, with a 5 being absolutely 100% chance? Definitely a 5 for me. I mean, this is something I make all the time anyway. This is a little different because you do add the Parmesan cheese, and I've done that before. I used, you know, grated for this one, but I've used actual like real Parmesan too. So yep, easy, simple, great way to make vegetables. Highly recommend it.